back to this week's edition of the Wildcat Sideline Scoop. I'm Nevaeh Evans alongside Jasmine Saing, and this is your weekly update for the Purple and Gold.
This week, we'll take a look back at key highlights from the Wildcats' recent games.
The Wildcats had an exciting week on the court. On Tuesday, January 6th, they dominated the Smith & Tigers at home with an impressive 70-28 victory. Then, on Friday, January 9th, the Wildcats traveled to Sedalia to take on the Sacred Heart Gremlins for the first time in 14 years. In a close and competitive matchup, the Wildcats pulled off a thrilling 65-61 win, capped off by a Carter Duncan game-clinching free throw. On Tuesday, January 13th, the Wildcats traveled to face the conference rival, the Pilot Grove Tigers. The Wildcats came out on top with a 65-57 win.
The Slater Ladycats earned a hard-fought 34-29 home victory over the Smithton Lady Tigers on January 6th. On January 9th, the Ladycats traveled to take on Sacred Heart, where they battled in a tough contest but came up short, falling 21-40. On January 13th, the Ladycats played against the Pilot Grove girls, taking a win 42-33.
And now, let's send it to RJ and Ben for the previews of the Sturgeon game this Friday. You're up, boys.
The Slater Wildcats travel to play conference opponent Sturgeon Friday night. Last season, the Bulldogs ended with an 11-14 record. They ended their season by losing to the Salisbury Panthers 54-62. This season, the Bulldogs are off with an over 500 start with a record of 6-5. Last season, the matchup between the Wildcats and the Bulldogs ended with a Wildcat win 67-43.
Last season, the Sturgeon Lady Bulldogs finished with a record of 9-16, ending their season with a 55-40 district tournament loss to the West Rand Hornets. So far this season, the Lady Bulldogs have started with a 4-8 record, coming after a 66-23 loss to the Cairo Bearcats. The Lady Cats are 2-13 all-time against the Lady Bulldogs with a 5-game losing streak. The last time the Lady Cats beat the Bulldogs was a 53-27 win back in 2020.
That wraps up our segment. Now let's send it out to our TNT interview team, who is with the Cats big man, Maddox Tyler. Take it away, boys. Welcome back to another edition of TNT Interviews brought to you by the Wildcat Sideline Scoop. I'm Tristan Classing.
And I'm Ben Gokenauer.
And today we're here talking with senior big man Maddox Tyler.
Hi, guys.
Maddox, for my first question, you had 30 points against Sacred Heart. How are you feeling about that game?
I felt good. I was locked in before we went in. I was listening to calm music instead of hard music, and we after the second half just killed their momentum. The second half of the game.
Yeah, Maddox. This Friday, you guys take on conference opponent Sturgeon on the road. We all know how hard it is to actually get a road win in this conference. You know, what's it going to take for victory?
I know for me, not to go 30% for free-throw line and make a few more free throws than I did, and actually finish in the paint. But if I get big and physical in there with them, I'm gonna finish all over them because they're all tiny.
Maddox, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. Back to you on the studio.
Bye, guys.
Nice job, guys. The Wildcats will look to continue their success from the past week as they take the road trip to Sturgeon.
And now, Libby and Jordan spotlight senior cheerleader Kendall Guthrie. Take it away, girls.
Thanks, Nevaeh. I'm here with our senior cheerleader, Kendall Guthrie. Kendall, for our first question, how long have you been cheering?
Since 7th grade.
And what's your favorite memory from cheer?
My favorite memory is when we qualify for state for competition.
What does comp mean to you?
Comp means putting in a bunch of work and working together as a team.
And Kendall, for your last question, what does a day-to-day practice look like?
It really just depends because there's some days that we just work on cheers and there's some days that we just work on stunting.
Thank you, guys. Back to the studio.
Good job, everyone, and another great week from our Wildcat Sideline Scoop staff.
We hope to see you here next week for more coverage from the Purple and Gold. Signing off from the Wildcat Sideline Scoop.
We were close to scoring 67 the other night.
They're done.
That was
No, wait.
Well,
we
I
have
don't
to
really have a lot of
RJ
room over
and Tristan
here.
in here
That's
too, boy.
RJ?
Okay.
What am I doing?
Everybody, we're dabbing on 3.
Oh,
Which way we dabbing?
I dab this way, so
I
it
dab
doesn't
this
matter.
way.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Dabbing is superior.
the close-up, hello? That laugh was so bad. Pause.
Can we get a close-up of our cameraman?
Take a look at cameraman.
Don't drop my camera, please.
Cameraman. Mustache.
I was more worried about you.
B, interviews.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
B and T.
Do I get an M?
B and T? You like,
T and
what?
B.
What
Do
matter?
I get an M in there too?
What do you
For
mean?
my name?
I'm gonna be like,
TM.
welcome back to another edition of the Wildcat.
Miss Kate.
E, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
I like cheese.